Hi guys, I'm Harry, and I'm Megan. Twitter users are poking fun at the toe-curling trailer for the couple's new woke word salad Spotify podcast. I agree. It's really woke word salad. And here's a quote from it. They want to, quote, build community through shared experiences, narratives, and values. Build community through shared experiences, narratives, and values. I have no idea what that means. Are they planning to manipulate their audience? I don't know. It's really their verbiage is so crazy. Here we have Meghan Markle, Prince Harry in trouble after Spotify deal leaves fans fuming. Cancel subscription. Are a lot of people going to cancel Spotify because Harry and Meghan have joined, or are they going to be the new Joe Rogan? I listen to Joe Rogan. He's great. I mean, he's not woke at all. He's not he's not politically correct. He just says what he thinks, and he's very intelligent. And he seems to smoke a lot of pot. Harry and Meghan signed multi-year podcast deal with Spotify, worth $30 million. That's a lot of bank. And we also have Piers Morgan mock vomiting into a trash can when he finds out about the Spotify deal. Just take a look at some of these things. I mean, how successful are they going to be? Uh, and one thing I really want to know is how committed is Harry? I've seen Harry in the cards. I saw Harry maybe back in England. Okay, other people are saying he's ready to bolt. I want to know how committed is Harry to working with Meghan, or is he just hanging on long enough until he can get out, until Meghan is kind of set financially, and then he can make his exit and she's not going to be so upset about it.
Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. So this, Harry is just looking. This picture just looks to me like what's going on between Meghan and Harry. Everything is for Meghan. I don't understand how Harry could be like really excited about, unless he just really wants revenge on the royals. I don't understand how he can be really excited about what's going on because he's the prince. And that's all he's ever going to be. I think they were kicked out. People are saying they were actually kicked out and they had no choice. I think that's the case. And all of this Hollywood stuff, it's all for Meghan. Harry, here at the Lion King, Harry skipped a thing where he was going to honor fallen Marines to go to this Lion King to plug Meghan as a voiceover, and she did the elephant voiceover. So I want to look at, one of the things I want to look at is Harry, how committed is Harry? But let's look at this Spotify deal first. Are they the new Joe Rogans? Harry and Meghan, the new Joe Rogans? Because, I think Joe Rogan has the most popular podcast on the planet. Everybody, their mother and their dog is doing podcasts just the same way as everybody and their mother and their dog is doing YouTube. YouTube is the new podcasting. So there are millions and millions of YouTubers. There are millions and millions of podcasters out there. And some get big numbers. Some rise to the top and most do not. So let's look at this. How successful? I mean, it's $30 million. I mean, that's a lot of money. How successful are Meghan and Harry going to be? Roadblock. Oh dear. How successful are they going to be? Well, let's see. Roadblock, mustard seed, and veil. There's all kinds of things they can't know. 8, 13, 4 hearts. It's blocked. There's all kinds of hidden blockages to their message. There's all kinds of problems with their message. Hidden blockages. Mustard seed is message, hidden blockages for the audience they're trying to reach. an executioner is a long-term plan. Maybe their plan is flawed. So on top, they're trying to build a community. This adds four hearts, and on their mind is building a community of listeners. And that's true. You have to build a community of listeners and people that want to see your content. And you have to build on that. So there's all kinds of problems building this community. An executioner here can indicate that there's a bunch of people, royalists, who really dislike Meghan and Harry. And that's another thing I want to look at. Are a lot of people dropping Spotify because Harry and Meghan joined? Like when they joined Netflix, they said a lot of people were dropping Netflix, but a lot of that was because of the movie Cuties. The movie Cuties came out, and Netflix was promoting that, and people just started dropping Netflix. And it just happened that Harry and Meghan joined Netflix, got their $100 million Netflix deal at the same time. So there's a lot of problems. There's definitely a lot of problems, and maybe some organized resistance to them. What do we have in the outcome? Cross, the spine, and a permanent family. Very publicly speaking, a podcast, building a permanent base, snake, and cornerstone. It's going to be difficult to build this permanent base, but they can do it. They can build a solid permanent base and get this done. I think there's some resistance. There's some definite problems. There's some resistance, and it's not going to be easy. It's not like they're just going to show up and have an automatic listening base. They do have some of the sugars who are like that. One example is like Brie Larson she played Captain Marvel. And so she went on YouTube, and her first YouTube, she got like 100,000 views right off the bat. But it wasn't very engaging content. And so the second YouTube she posted, she got like 50,000, like half as many. So there was a lot of excitement. And then the third YouTube she posted, she got like 20,000. Okay, so her numbers dropped from 100,000 to 20,000 within like a week. And then she stopped YouTubing. Her talents, because she didn't have a whole team of production behind her, didn't translate well to YouTube, which is kind of, really guerrilla kind of video production. It's much more basic, and it's not all about the slick. And there are some slick YouTubers out there. That slick doesn't seem to work for me. So let's look at Harry and the Archwell millions. I really see Harry looking for a way out. I see him very unhappy. In a very recent reading, I saw him back in England. So either he took a trip to England and came back, or his heart, he's wanting to get away. And I want to see, let's look at Harry and the Archwell millions. How committed is Harry to this foolish path of making millions? Because that's what they've got him. That's what he's doing right now. I can definitely see Meghan wanting to do this, because what else is she going to do? She wants to be world famous, and she wants to make millions of dollars. Okay, whereas Harry is world famous and has millions of dollars. Why would he try to reduplicate that? It doesn't make any sense. So let's look at how committed is Harry to this plan of action. This is Harry and the Archwell millions. Harry and the Archwell millions. Committed to the world, 4 clubs, step by step, opportunistically. He's committed to messaging the world. He's reacting to, he does agree with some of these messages, this messaging. I mean, Charles is very woke. Prince Charles is very woke. And, Harry, when you set him loose, he'll sound just like Greta Thunberg and just like Al Gore. Just this very woke, nonsense that comes out of the mouth, and there's no solutions and there's only problems, and we just need to pull together and we need to feel our feelings, and that's the kind of nonsense, and then we're going to do something like the Green New Deal, which will destroy everyone and everything and probably the entire planet itself, which is, what are you, 2 years old? I mean, it doesn't make sense. That's a terrible, terrible, terrible plan. So he is committed to this kind of stuff. He is committed to the messaging. The Archwell. So he actually has his own commitment. He's not just being manipulated by Meghan. He has his own commitment to this messaging. The Archwell millions. The key is forging their own path very decisively, 10, 23, and building. So it is appealing for Harry to be his own man, but he's not. He's following Meghan. He's less of his own man now than ever before. So he's committed to. It is very appealing to be in charge of his own life. Okay, to be driving his own purpose. Whereas under the Queen and under the Crown, they're always telling him what to do. Okay, none of this, not really any of this. Only the Invictus Games was really his, and that was the big thing that was good for him. And now all that is, he seems to have lost all that, and he's filed a lawsuit. Hand in Hand Roses, okay, 9, 3 hearts. A sweet appearance in front of the many people, creating a persona in front of the people. Cornucopia, Water into Wine, no. 16, 25, 7 hearts. What is that telling me? What is that telling us? Transformation of, stopping transformation of the money, full stop. I'm not sure what that's telling us. Okay, so he is committed to the messaging. It is appealing to him to be running his own life, which that's kind of the problem that I have. He doesn't seem to be running his own life. Meghan is running his life. So she must be telling him that he is running his life. Is it true that many loyal royal followers are going to drop Spotify because of Harry and Meghan? How much is the revulsion factor with Harry and Meghan joining Spotify? I mean, are people really gonna, drop Spotify because Harry and Meghan joined? I mean, you don't have to listen to them. You can just tune to someone else, Joe Rogan, for instance. Oh. How much ire? So we have the Devil. Okay, a conflict in love, officially. 12, 14, 4 diamonds. This is a conflict. There are a lot of people who really, it's not indifference, it's hate. A close relationship of conflict, officially. There are people who really, really, really dislike Meghan and Harry. Here's 3 queens. Queens are very much situational, and then it's bookended by the Devil and the Earthquake. Earthquake is the worst possible outcome. Devil is very malicious. And then we have the Fox. So there are people who really hate Harry and Meghan and what they're doing now. They really hate it. They're really, really offended. So on the surface, there is some conflict. And people are going to drop Spotify because Meghan and Harry joined. And underlying that is they just really hate this new wokeness stuff. 36, 46, 57. Boy, what's that? 57. That's too high. The cards only go to 54, so that's Ace of Diamonds. Cards only go to 54. Ace of Clubs. 54 plus 3. Ace of Clubs. Their messaging. They just really hate. They hate this woke messaging. So there is an underlying just absolute animosity toward this new woke messaging. I mean, like exactly like Piers Morgan faux vomiting into a trash can. I mean, it's just revulsion. So underneath, there is a groundswell of revulsion for this SJW social justice warrior woke speak that they're pandering. On the surface, it is going to make some difference. Some people are going to drop out, but there's a real hatred of this wokeness that they keep preaching. Okay, so they're coming off as, hi, I'm Harry, hi, I'm Meghan, and like they're having this really light and fun relationship. Is the public believing that they're having a good relationship? Let's just see, because I think their relationship is terrible. I think it's very abusive. I think Meghan is very nasty to Harry at home, behind the closed doors. I think that Harry, when Meghan is around, just looks jumpy and kind of looks like an abused spouse. Like, oh my God, what is she going to do to me now? And when Meghan is not with him and he presents alone, he looks a lot more relaxed. He's a lot happier. He smiles a lot more. He's just a lot more Harry. Whereas with Meghan, he just looks terrible. He looks pale. He looks stressed. He looks jumpy. He looks uncomfortable. So does the public believe that their relationship is good? See what we got here. So player, strength, and sun. 23, 6 clubs. So player is for the camera, revealed for the camera. This is what they're showing us. This is what they want to show us. They want to show us a good relationship. On an ongoing basis, they're just not working well together. Trinity and Broken Chalice not working well together on an ongoing basis. 8 spades is the sickness card. There's a lot of sickness just cropping up in the relationship. 12 and 10, 22, 6 diamonds. And people are seeing that the relationship is not healthy. It's just not healthy. They're really not together. They're not able to work together because of the just constant unhealthiness of their interactions. And people are seeing this. So on the surface, they really want to show us this unified front, that it's light, that it's fun, that it's happy, that they're a very loving couple like Will and Kate are showing us. Although I think it's not that perfect for Will and Kate. But they have they're showing good body language. They seem to interact well. Whereas Harry and Meghan seem to interact a lot less well. They're just not really connecting well. Meghan is dominating Harry. Okay, so what do we have? Let's review. How successful are they going to be? There's a lot of obstacles to overcome. A lot of hidden obstacles to overcome. And I think there are people who there clearly are. There are people who just can't stand them. And they're going to organize, sort of a cancellation policy on them, cutting them. But they can build a base of support. They can do it, but it's going to be difficult. Okay, so already there's opposition. There's a lot of problems. There's opposition, but they can do it, but it's not going to be easy. Okay, it's not a gimme. It's not just handed to them. It's not going to be handed to them. How appealing are the Archwell millions to Harry? Because it's nonsensical. He does want to carve his own path. He does want to carve his own path. And he is committed to this messaging in front of all the people. I'm not sure what this is all about yet. I think he's willing to leave the money behind, willing to transform himself and leave the money behind. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Is it true that, there's a lot of Spotify people will actually dropped because of Harry and Meghan. Well, there are people, two hearts. It's not ambivalence. There are people who just can't stand Harry and Meghan. There are people, okay, and here underneath, it's really showing. The queens here are situational, and they're people. So people in the situation just really hate Meghan and Harry, and there's this groundswell of just vomiting into trash cans over their woke speak. So there's a lot of people who are just have had enough of this nonsense, this Antifa tard nonsense where people just preach hate in the name of love. And that's kind of what that is. It's all racism, it's all sexism, and that's hate disguising itself as love. It's hate. It's not love, it's hate. So does the public believe that Meghan and Harry's relationship is light and good? This is just for the camera. No, they believe that they're not really working together well and that there's a lot of problems, a lot of illnesses in their relationship. So the key is the relationship. Somehow, I did see Harry wanted to get out, and he almost got out before, but she's got him committed to the messaging. She's got him feeling like this is how he's going to carve his own path, and he does want to make his own way in the world. I think he has the I think she's confusing him because he was doing that. Okay, Harry is not the classic royal. He was the bad boy, and he was making his way in the world, and he was having an impact as Harry. And that's who he is. Harry is a Prince of England. So she's got him convinced that this is a different path and a better path for him. I'm not at all convinced. And I think, based on the reactions of people, other people are really not convinced. And the key to all of this is their relationship. And I don't think their relationship is solid. There's too much deception in that relationship. Where's Archie? And just too much nonsense and deception and secrets. So that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe,